To create refracted glass effect, I need to draw a rectangle by pressing R on my keyboard. Okay. And it will have width of 60 pixels and height is going to be 1024 pixel. Okay. And we can duplicate it by holding Alt key. And let's name this rectangle A. Okay. So we know what we are doing with them. So this will be rectangle B. Okay, let's give a rectangle A some properties. It will have fill of D9, D9, D9 color. Okay, it will remain the same, but it will have blending effect of multiply. Okay, and it will have effect of background blur and value is going to be 1. Okay, and rectangle B will have fill of a gradient linear gradient, and it will have 3 stops and all stop will have this color D9. The top stop will have 80% opacity and the second stop will have 40% opacity and third stop will have 10% opacity. And let's move our position of linear gradient to horizontal center. What we need it into center. So let's move it there as well. Okay. And the second stop will stop at 71%. Okay, there. Okay. So our rectangle B is also ready. So next thing we need to do is we need to put this rectangle A on top of rectangle B. So let's move it on the top. Okay, and move it there as well. And we need to select both of them and right click on your mouse and we need to choose this option, use as mask. Okay, so our mask is ready. So next thing we need to do is we need to turn this mask layer rectangle B to luminance. Okay, and we can name it blur. Okay, and we need to change opacity of rectangle B to 0.5. Okay, and we can turn it into a component by there is the option of turning it into a component. So we are going to click this one. So our component blur component is ready. We need to place it inside of our frame. So let's put it there. So I am going to duplicate it. So we placed our first layer blur effect, not layer blur, refracted glass effect. So let's duplicate it again. Okay, and we can select both of them and turn them into auto layout. Okay, and I am going to duplicate it until it reaches there. So I am going to press Ctrl D to do that. Okay, our refracted glass background is ready. As you can see, it is not popping up too much because it doesn't have a background. So to pop up, it should have a layer blur background, something like this, glow, then it will pop up. So we need to select this frame. We can call it effect. Okay, and we need to change its width to hug. I think hug will be okay, and yeah, it looks okay. And our refracted glass effect is ready, and we can simply hide it because we need to draw a circle. Okay, I am going to draw a circle by pressing O on my keyboard and holding shift key. So we need to change width and height of circle as well, and width is going to be 380 and height is going to be 380 as well. Okay, and we need to zoom in and choose this arc option, and we need to move it down like this, and we need to change its ratio to 50%. You can change values here. So ratio will be 50% and the sweep is going to be 100%. We call it sweep. As you can see, it is called sweep. Okay, and it will have fill of this color, okay, and it will have effect of layer blur and value is going to be 100. We also need to give it blending mode and it is going to be plus lighter, okay, but fill opacity is going to be 50%. Okay, our circle is ready. Donut like circle, okay, so we will place it there, and let's duplicate it again, okay, and place it there, and then we can unhide our effect, this one, and let's move these circles down. Maybe we can move our effect on the top, okay, so circles are behind our layer refracted glass effect, so it looks cool, just similar to this one.